I want to say
Probably a number.
32.
I'll be honest, I've lost track like long ago.
I only remember because I have to label them. We'll see when I go save it.
Good luck. So not a lot has been going on. Not really. Just
My phone is reminding me to record the podcast.
Oh wow. Good
Thanks,
job,
phone.
So I thought since we had such good luck the last time we did couples quizzes that we changed.
Man, I'm so mad that we lost that
we
one.
did really good. So I keep seeing YouTubers play the Newlyweds game, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play the Newlyweds game, and I'm just gonna. I want to keep score because I'm kind of curious, and I'm gonna score it like 1 point or whatever. 1 point for yes, 0 for no, 0.5 for whatever.
Maybe.
For like, we kind of got it, but not really. Yeah.
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 You know, just breathing.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
We're going to do some ASMR.
No.
Okay.
What are you talking about? We do ASMR every time because I always have to fucking eat.
That's true. No,
Speaking
I'm
of
the
which-
one with the snacks today. Secret snacks.
I almost forgot. I have pistachios.
I have trail mix.
This is just going to be like the mukbang podcast. It's just what it's going to become. That wasn't a very good crack.
Yeah, I got you.
Nate.
Ooh. Ooh.
There we go. That was a good one. Anyway, how long before everyone, the whole 5 people who listen to our podcast,
It's like, stop it.
just gets tired of listening to us fucking eat? Same thing with anybody who watches my stream. I'm just sitting down, so obviously that means I have to eat.
We have ADD and you have to do something.
And then I just sit there and I'm like chomping like fucking potato chips into the mic. Just being like, so how you guys doing? There they go. They're barking. Anyway.
Also, we have the fan on because 1 billion degrees.
Yeah, so sorry.
So, yeah.
It might, be able to come out during editing, but if not, sorry, it's just really hot. All right. Question number 1. How did you first meet your spouse? We met in PE in 7th grade.
Yep. Correct. Should we, have separate scores or...
I don't know. Let's do separate scores and see who wins the marriage.
I win it, Barry.
The struggle is that, some of them, like this one, we both are going to have the same answer.
Well,
Beetle, no.
I'm thinking you ask one, I ask one. And if we get those right,
Stop. No.
it'll be
Beetle, no.
cut down the middle,
So, just answer the one you read.
Yeah.
Or
Or answer,
I read one, you answer it,
yeah.
and we go back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you that point, though, because you answered it.
Fair.
What did they wear on your first date? Probably
Clothes?
fucking gym clothes.
Does that count?
It's not a first date.
What would you call our first date? What would have been our first date?
I feel like it would be the first few times that we hung out together, not just separately but in a group, you know what I mean? If we hung out together on purpose.
Yeah. Would it be just us though? The first time we just you and me hung out?
I'm like, God, I don't fucking remember that.
Because I feel like the first one that comes to mind of the first time of just you and me hanging out would be when you bought me Minecraft. And I came over here and we played Minecraft for like 15 hours straight.
I remember that.
In which case,
and you had my old laptop? Did
Yeah.
you have my old laptop?
Yeah. And in which case,
You were wearing like
you were probably wearing sweats or pajamas,
yeah.
and I was probably wearing like just shorts
Yeah.
because it would have been in the middle of the summer.
Yeah. I was like I do vaguely remember that.
That's like, I don't know if that's the first time we hung out one-on-one, but that's the like first one that stands out in my memory.
Yeah.
Because we hung out like with the squad
Yeah.
a lot,
But it was always
like
with other
outside of
people.
school too. Because
Yeah.
like, I mean, we hung out in class, but there's always like other people around. And we didn't, I mean, we chose to hang out with each other, but we didn't choose to like be in the same class. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know
give
who
you
gets a
that
point for
point,
that
too.
because
Well, because I don't remember like anything from school.
where did you go on your first date? Well, I guess that would be your bedroom.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm just answering all of them.
You're getting all the points though. But honestly, yeah. That or just like
Or like the park.
the most that I remember like actually getting to know you is when AJ would pick us up in her car
Yeah.
and we'd just like drive around and then, you know, that's when I
think-
actually got to talk to you.
I think the first time I came over here to your house was, well, and it was like we had known each other because we met in 7th grade, but then you quit coming to school, and I didn't really start hanging out with AJ until sophomore year of high school because I feel like that's when our group kind of like really came together because I was hanging out with Emily a lot and AJ drove her to school.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like imposed myself in the carpool.
Which I love that you did because now you're here with me forever and you
Yeah.
can't leave.
But I think the first time that I like came over here to hang out was like Emily and I were hanging out with AJ and driving around and we just came over here and played Smash Bros.
Oh, really?
We played Smash Bros on GameCube.
Nice.
And I remember like one round or several rounds in a row
No, yeah, I remember that.
where everyone
Were
was
we in my
Jigglypuff.
basement?
No, I think we were in the living room because your mom wasn't here.
Oh. But I do
'Cause I
remember
think that was
everybody
when-
being Jigglypuff and it was just everybody
Just fucking
flying.
chaos. Yeah. And just
Yeah.
because I think that's when Eric was living in the basement and nobody wanted to be down there because it was gross.
Yes. Yes, I do remember that. Okay.
Anyway,
So you won that one. But okay, the next one I want us both to answer and
Okay.
I want to know how accurate it is.
okay.
Describe what you first thought of them in one word.
I thought you were really funny.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can't say how accurate that is. But I don't know if I would use one word, but it just kind of you seemed more reserved because you didn't really you weren't familiar with everything
Yeah.
yet. So,
Well, yeah, in 7th grade, or was it 8th grade? Was it 7th or 8th grade? Now I'm like,
I
wait.
feel like it was 8th grade. Because
No, you're right. Because
yeah,
I
it
was
8th grade.
because and we weren't in the same class, but it was, or we had different teachers, but
Yeah,
they did
but they
that
were,
thing
like,
where it was
in-
like several classes all interacted together when you were
Yeah.
doing actual PE,
I just
but then you
remember
split up for health.
Walking around the
Yeah.
gym like for our exercises because it's like it's either a billion degrees here or it's too fucking cold.
Yeah.
So we would walk around the gym for our exercise and just like I think like Shelby and a bunch of those like that kind of group of kids.
Yeah. I don't remember if Shelby. I
I
can't
don't
remember
know
if she was in
her
our class.
specifically, but like that
Fucking what was that girl's name?
that squad
Kimmy?
of children. Cammy.
Cammy.
Yeah. We all kind of walked in the same area next to each other.
Yeah.
'cause we were being herded like sheep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to pick one word. I just was like,
Her first opinion of you.
I feel like when, especially in middle school, I was not used to being in public school, and it was a very different environment.
Yeah, I bet.
And it was really different going from like being with the same group of fucking 10 people for, 12 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden being in this school where I knew 2 people because everyone else in my class went elsewhere, and I never had classes with any of those people. So
Yeah, because there were so few of you.
yeah. And we all like split up and went to different schools for middle school. So it was like a totally different system, and I didn't know anybody. And it was really like just lonely and disheartening, like going in because everyone else knew each other because they all went to the same elementary schools.
Yeah.
And like had a better feel for the public school system, because even though middle school is a different like system than elementary school, it's still like public school still uses a lot of the same like shit.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a nurse's office. We didn't have like, the first like several times that I was sent like slips to go down to the office, I didn't know what to do with them because that's not a thing that we had. So when you'd like, somebody would like the fucking office aide would come in and be like, here's this slip for this person and go talk to so-and-so in this office. I was like, I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
And I just ignored them. I didn't do it because I felt like a fucking idiot. So I didn't want to ask the teachers.
That's fair, though. Like, you get a random note in the middle of class. You're like,
I just
"Am
always assumed I
allowed
was
to
in
leave?"
trouble.
Or-
And then I was like,
No.
I don't want to do that.
No.
I don't know what I did, but I don't want to deal with it.
Just, nope.
But like, so I would kind of latch onto people. I would like, eventually find a person. Beetle. No.
No milk.
No. Haven't you had enough diarrhea?
No.
No. I'm gonna flick your nose. Stop. Good sit.
It's kale.
But like I would latch on to like a person in my
Yeah.
classes because I'm not sociable.
Yeah,
but like I
same.
needed to have somebody.
You need that
Stop.
sort of like herd.
Yeah.
It
And like
feels weird
you were that
describing it
person
that
for
way.
me in that class. There was
Yeah.
usually like I didn't really like any of your friends.
Yeah. I didn't
But it
really
was,
like
like-
them either.
Like that was like
I
the
have
group
to-
that you were in, and so I was like, all right, I'll just become part of this group, I guess. But it was
Yeah.
like you were the person that I wanted to hang out with.
Aw. That's really sweet. I remember so little about school because I think my brain is just like blocked it off entirely.
Valid.
So I think in that I was just kind of like lost and I didn't really attach to anybody because I didn't know anybody well enough. So I was like, where am I? I don't like this. Goodbye.
Valid.
And then, the shit going on at home.
Yeah.
So
But I did the same thing with like Emily and Bree too.
yeah, just latch on.
Yeah.
At least, you have really good taste. You know that.
Yeah. It's really unhealthy way to like go through your life, but
Yeah.
at least I found good ones
Yeah. When did you know they were the one?
when I met you, apparently, because I met you and went that one.
You just like picked. I think it takes me longer to really feel.
We didn't
people
develop
out.
like an actual friendship
Yeah.
for several years.
Yeah.
Like when
Right?
I say it,
'Cause
like I latched
I'd
onto
see you
you
in the hall and I'd be like, yo.
Yeah, it'd
But
be
that
like,
was
I know
about
that
it.
person. But it was like when I say I latched onto you guys, I didn't really form. Bree was the first one that I had an actual like solid friendship with.
Yeah.
Probably because we just had more classes together, and
Yeah.
because I think she's the same way. But also I got along with her friends a lot better than I did with your guys' friends.
Yeah.
You guys had shitty
like,
friends.
we had like sketchy friends.
Yeah. But like it was a very surface level friendship. It was like these are
Yeah.
people, because
I'm around these people.
yeah, it was like this is my favorite person in this classroom,
Yeah.
and that's just kind of how it was. And there were other like in my other classes, there were shitty people that I latched onto.
Yeah.
So I mean, It wasn't
worked
until we were like actually hanging out outside of class that we ended up together outside of class. It was not like planned. It was we were sort of dragged together by other people. And then we just kind of like
stuck together.
Yeah, it was like, actually, this is awesome. And I'm going to keep hanging out with you outside of school.
Actually, I'm having a really good time. And that's not usually what I come away with this from, you know.
We can actually thank probably a kind of shitty ex-friend for us being together all together, because honestly, that person,
she really like,
well, I guess a couple people, because
both
of them were just our people who would drive us around, but one of them being a person who would drag you around, and we were just like, well, you have a car, so all right, and then drag us around to do whatever she wanted. And then the other person was just a very outgoing person who wanted to hang out with everyone and would convince me and Emily to ditch class. And we would just be like, okay.
Sure.
Because that's kind of when Emily and I started hanging out outside of class. Well, I guess it was both of them kind of did that. But
yeah, and I feel really bad because those people, like specifically one of them, really did care that I wasn't at school. And like you and Emily and like that whole group were like really supportive, and they, you know, you guys really tried to get me back into school, but it was just not happening at that point.
I wasn't real involved with that, to be honest, because I had no idea what was going on at home. Like, I didn't learn about your situation until later. I like had a vague idea that your mom was like unwell.
Yeah.
But
you just
I remember going to like talk to our counselor with Emily and AJ, just because it was like we were gonna go home, but they wanted to go talk to the counselor first, and they were like going to talk to them to see what they could do for you. And that's kind of when I like gathered more of the situation, that I was like, oh, there's like some shit going on.
Yeah.
Because I thought you just like, I was also by that time used to, Bree would just not come to school a lot.
Yeah.
Because she had some ailment or other.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just kind of used to that like being a thing.
Yeah.
So you just didn't come to school all the time, and I was like,
it's
one of
just
those.
Like that. Yeah.
But it wasn't until then that I like really grasped the situation, that I was like, oh, there's like shit going on at home.
Yeah.
But then I didn't want to ask because, you know.
Yeah. That's fair. Oh, I was kind of like leading into, I think it took me longer. I think it takes me longer to feel out a person. And like, by the time that I have like worked it out, I feel like I'm very good at predicting what friend groups will look like later. Like, who's going to be around later, you know? And I think that's what I did with you and Emily. I was like, you're staying and you're staying. And that's when I got like super attached to you guys. Is like, I was like, yep, those two they're staying.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't really realize that in it for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at reading that.
Yeah.
I feel like we're both the same way, though, that it takes me a long time to like be even remotely myself around people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I have an entirely different persona with like my work friends. Even the people that, you know, I am still like, who I don't work with anymore, who I'm still like in contact with, who I would consider like a friend.
Yeah.
To an extent. Like, I mean, there's like different levels of friendship to me.
Yeah.
But they're like people who I want to still have in my life to some extent.
Yeah.
But even those people know me as a very different person than like you do.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like us as a group, like the little group that we have every used to be Wednesdays, but I think that group has the most insight into who I am.
Yeah.
Realistically,
Same.
You know?
Like, I feel like you guys know me better than my family does, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys definitely know me better than my family.
We're so fucking gay.
Yeah.
We should have
We're
played this with
taking
the
a
whole squad.
newlyweds test. I don't know what you expected. Dude,
You
we're
know
kind
what?
of married.
That's right. Why are we taking a newlyweds quiz when we've been together for
years.
years?
Because it's fun.
Who said I love you first?
I know this answer.
I don't.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's definitely me.
Probably.
Because I just say stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think I find it easier to say words of affirmation to people because my mom said that
Yeah.
those things a lot to me.
I feel like
and it
I
meant a lot to me.
feel weird about saying it often.
You
I
more
will say it on
show
the fly. It'll
Yeah.
be like a seemingly out of nowhere statement.
Yeah. But it was on your mind. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I definitely will like show it more than I say it. So you're probably right.
Yeah.
When and where was your first kiss?
Do you know this about me?
Well, I'm assuming it's our first kiss, but are you going for like your first kiss in general?
Oh. Our first kiss was
Was
when you moved in and we started hugging.
no, it was a few months before your mom passed away the first time when she was like in a coma and we were all in the kitchen and I kissed you
Yeah.
because I wanted to make you giggle. And it worked.
It did work. Now, because I'm curious, do you know when my first like actual kiss was?
I have no idea.
Now I'm curious, do I know when your actual first kiss was?
Do you?
It was, I'm guessing, with that guy that you were thinking about chowder with.
No.
No.
It was with Laura in the back of AJ's car.
Nice.
And I remember this because I thought it was funny.
No, yeah, because I remember it was like a big hit among the squad.
Yeah. I thought it was so funny because AJ was like so excited when we got together
Mm-hmm.
and then she got really mad about it
Really?
because we were like, which is valid because we were all over each other all the time.
24/7. You
Yeah,
were
which-
literally making out on my bed while I
Yeah.
was hanging out in my room. Like,
Yeah. We were not. We weren't
you were
good about it.
teenagers. Not teen.
But I remember that like we were sitting because she started driving Laura home too. That's how I met her because she joined the carpool.
Yeah.
But we were sitting in the back seat and we just like looked at each other and we just smooched. And I remember like AJ was watching us in the mirror, like a rear mirror, and she was just like, "Hey,
That shit's gay.
I have no idea when your first kiss was though. When was your first kiss?
It was at recess in like 5th or 6th grade. And we like ran to the back of like the field because it used to just like we had playground equipment, but it was basically just like a huge empty field. So we would do races all the time. And before I had asthma, I was pretty fast. So I'm fucking mad about that.
Valid. I don't even have asthma. I just can't run.
Man. Dude, what I would give to run again. I would love to run. But we like went to the corner of the yard and there was like this hill where the teachers couldn't see you. And we were like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So that was where my first kiss was.
Who is the better kisser?
No one knows. This is
not really applicable.
just move to the next one.
Who is the tidiest?
Between us,
I don't know.
we're both messy in different ways and we're both clean in different ways. you
Yeah.
know?
Like, I want to say me because I can sometimes get obsessive about where things are.
You are
Like, I'm not a tidy person at all.
You are like the cleanest in your spaces. Like,
Yeah. Like,
in the kitchen and in your room.
like I need everything to be in a certain spot.
Yeah.
So I'm not really tidy, but I'm like obsessive about how things are placed. So that makes me clean,
Yeah.
I guess. But we both clean,
Yeah.
and we both like
And we're both
neglect
disasters.
cleaning. So I don't know. I would say me, but we're pretty even.
Yeah. I'd say me because I sweep all the time and vacuum and clean the bathroom and shit.
Just like neither of us is tidy at all.
Yeah.
So it's like we both just
have
neglect
fucking
doing
depression.
chores and shit. So
Yeah.
it's hard to answer that question.
Yeah. It's both of us and neither of us at the
Yeah.
same time. Who's the funniest?
You,
I
objectively. Ask the squad. You're the funniest person in the group. Not even just between us, just like in the group.
Wow, way to roast them too.
Listen, do you think they would disagree?
Maybe.
Emily and I have talked about this.
I'm gonna give you that point because it makes me feel good. Who is your celebrity crush? You don't really have one. You don't care for celebrities.
I don't. I don't know who yours is either, though, because it's probably
Jack
like
Black.
that. You know, it's valid.
Just without hesitation, Jack Black.
Valid.
The only one I'm like, yeah, okay.
Which one of you is a better driver?
I feel like we're both good.
Yeah.
We're both good drivers. You just drive faster.
Yeah. You drive like a grandma.
Yeah. So like we're on opposite ends of the spectrum, but we're not out there driving like assholes.
Yeah.
So I think we're
Neither
both
one
good
of us is
drivers.
out here hot rodding around. That's what my dad used to say.
Yeah.
When we all ruined, quote unquote, the cars. You're out there hot rodding around.
I'm gonna give us both a point for being good drivers.
Who does the most cooking?
You.
Me.
Absolutely. You do the most cooking all the time. I don't cook like ever. Unless I have to.
Who is the best cook?
You.
Me.
Yep. You have to cook to be a good cook.
Who does the most cleaning? You. You do more of the cleaning like for the household. I
Yeah,
clean my shit.
like
you
overall.
clean everybody's shit.
Yeah.
Like I clean the kitchen and my room, and that's kind of it.
Well, those are like your areas.
Yeah.
Those are
And then I
the
just like leave
spaces-
everything else a disaster.
Those are the spaces that you inhabit the most. What is your favorite TV show?
I'm gonna say it's. I feel like we both kind of shift a lot because like we fixate on something, but I feel like the ones that stick for you are mostly Scrubs, and
Yep.
like BoJack Horseman is pretty high up there.
Yep. Scrubs is like number one. And it's pretty much the one that I name when somebody asks my favorite show. For you, I'm gonna say probably Legend of Korra, Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Yeah,
like those shows, and maybe also what is it called? Brotherhood?
Full Metal
Alchemist. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what like I'm not good at choosing favorites, but if I were to choose like those are ones that
You're always down to watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have and can like rewatch them.
Yeah.
Usually like at least once a year.
That's
so
pretty much how I feel about Scrubs.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
it's just like I'm always down.
Yep.
And they're ones that like, you know, there's a lot of shows that I'll be like, you know what, I want to rewatch this, and I watch like 1 or 2 episodes and then I'm just like, I don't care anymore. But those are ones that like if I watch an episode, I am
I'm
now
watching the
going
whole
to
thing.
watch the whole series.
Exactly.
What's their favorite movie? I don't know what your favorite movie is.
I don't know that you have a movie that I guess the only one that I can equate to with like the same definition of favorites with TV shows is probably like Princess Mononoke is one that you're
Yeah.
like always down to watch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Overarchingly.
That's like the first one that I would think of. Someone's like, what's your favorite?
Yeah.
Probably that one.
Yeah.
Like, I have a lot of movies that I love, but they're like, I don't know. I can't rewatch. I rewatch movies in a different way than I rewatch shows. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's like, I don't watch movies very often. I will get like a hankering to watch movies, and then I usually am like on like a movie kick.
Yeah.
And it depends on the vibe what I'm watching. But like if I'm like I'm gonna go like if I'm on like a Studio Ghibli kick, that's the first one that I'm watching.
Which like happens like every year.
Yeah.
Just, like
every once in a while, I'll be like, I want to watch these.
Yeah. I feel like especially like tea season when it gets cold, we're always like, let's watch some Ghibli.
Yeah. I have no idea what your favorite movie is, so
It is Kingsman is actually my favorite movie. I would be able to watch it all the time. It's not even like a great movie, like I can admit that, but I will watch it all the time.
I feel like it just like you've talked about it a lot. I feel like it just never sticks with me because you've never made me watch it, so I forget it exists.
Oh. Well,
I've never seen it.
Oh.
No.
Well, if you ever want to watch it, I'm not going to force you to watch it because I'm like, it's hit or miss with people. So I'm like,
I also just constantly do that thing where somebody's like, you should watch this or
like,
you would like this. And I'm like, I actually hate it. Thanks.
Actually, I would absolutely.
Like it took you guys forever to get me to watch The Fundamentals of Caring because you kept telling me to watch it. And I was like, I actually hate it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to watch this movie. And then you guys finally, I was like grumpy about it, but you guys made me watch it. And I was like, okay, it's a pretty good movie. Actually.
Would you like a bite of the James? Dude, it's such a good movie.
It is a good movie. And it's like, they're never wrong when people are like, oh, you would like this. But like every time somebody tells me that, I'm like, I'm never watching that.
How dare you act like you fucking know?
Yeah. I'm like, actually, no. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
What would your spouse's ideal date be?
For you, I'd be like, probably if you were to go on a first date with somebody and they asked you, hey, do you want to go like see if our dogs will be bros and then go get ice cream? That would be pretty like sick.
I don't know if that would be my ideal date.
Yeah.
Like I'm always down to hang out with dogs. But I don't know. When I think of like a date situation.
Like a specific activity for dating or
like I feel like I mean, I've never been on like an actual date. Like we go on dates.
Yeah.
But it's a little different.
Yeah. I don't get to
like we don't have like a cute, quirky first date thing.
Yeah.
Because unless you count playing Minecraft for 14 hours.
Cute, quirky date. That's such
but it was not like
so lesbian of us.
It is. Fucking U-Haul Minecraft. But it wasn't like intended to be a date, so
yeah.
But like I like the weird first date ideas. Like you see them on TikTok where people are just like, I'm gonna go do this weird shit. I'm like,
we don't have anything like weird and fun.
Yeah.
Like the weirdest thing here is something that you haven't done.
Yeah.
Which like that's hard to find because everybody's done the same 5 fucking things already.
Yeah.
An ideal date for you would be that Godzilla date that we keep thinking about. The one where
you go and like be Godzilla. Yeah, that would be an ideal date for me. Like shit like that though.
Yeah.
Like that's what would be like my ideal date. Or like something things that are intended that are like an odd way to get to know someone.
Yeah.
To like learn what they like. Those are things. I feel like if I was gonna plan a date for you, we'd pick out cute dresses. It would have to be springtime or fall. Just nice that nice enough to be outside.
Yeah.
And we would go to a museum or an aquarium.
Ooh.
In our cute dresses.
Always here for that.
And then we would go have lunch in the park with dogs in our cute dresses. And there would be like fun, like picnic decor, lots of flowers.
Very nice.
And then our dogs would hang out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I would plan a date for you and me to go on, that we would have a great and wonderful time, it would probably be something along those lines of like the Godzilla date, because you and I both would absolutely love that.
Yeah.
we would just be so here for that. Maybe like go get some lunch afterwards. I feel like you would also enjoy some type of like adventure to be happening, like something to explore, something to do. So maybe like a puzzle room or something.
Dude, those like scavenger hunt dates or things like that. Like,
yes.
I love that shit.
Yeah. So something that would take you sort of like throughout all of the good places in town.
Yeah.
And then something calmer to wind down. I think maybe like it's midsummer, it's finally cooling off, and you go to like one of the movies in the park, but it's not super packed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd give you a point for
dogs. Always points for dogs. You're definitely getting a point for that. For me too.
Also, bonus points on my planned date for you would be if we could find a picnic area where there's grass, so it's like comfortable for us to like picnic in and have the dogs, but also where we could go and look for rocks.
Dude, hell yeah. Always rocks.
Always. So here for rocks. We're so good at planning dates.
We are. We should date sometime.
Yeah. Let's go on some dates.
Okay.
What is their pet name for you? Your pet name for me is Grack or Salsa.
I have
kind of
adopted
everybody's.
the salsa. I think it's funny.
Yeah. I don't feel like you have a specific pet name for me.
No.
It's like the squad does.
Yeah.
I don't really have a pet name for you, though.
No.
It's just Cade.
Yeah. I'm just going to jokingly start calling you babe.
Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
You say as if we haven't been doing that.
Then it's just going to be legitimately. What was the first movie you saw together?
What was the first movie we saw together?
I'm like, you're the one with all the memories, so I don't know.
I think it was The Croods.
Really?
I think we went to see it with AJ and AJ's dad and Emily. And then I came over here and slept on your floor afterwards.
Oh. Was that the night that Chica burst into this room?
No, that was different. That was at your birthday, I think.
Oh, okay. I was like, why were you
because I think I was the only
floor?
one who slept over.
Oh.
Everybody else went home.
Why were you sleeping on my floor? That makes me feel bad.
I don't know.
Your poor back. Usually I'm the one that's like, I'll sleep on the floor. I'll go sleep in the living room, things like that. Okay, you get the point for that. I have no memory. What's your favorite band and or artist? Frank Turner.
Yeah. I don't know. You kind of like, I feel like you shift around a lot on like ones that you fixate on. So I don't know if I can really say like your favorite.
If you name like one or two of the ones that I've listened to most, I'll give you the point.
I feel like my best guess is going to be like Hosier.
Yeah, valid.
Do we have a song? The
Frank
Godzilla
Turner.
theme?
I was like, Frank Turner, We Can Get Better, or You Can Get Better.
I feel like I associate that with like the group.
Yeah, I do also associate that with the group because I just remember specifically that one time we all just like vibing in the car and we're all singing, which it's like a feat to get Emily to sing.
Yeah.
And it was just such a magical moment for all of us.
And then also that time, it was like in the midst of like the beginning of the pandemic when everything was shut down. Because I remember I was at work while the store was closed and you just like texted the first line into the group chat and then me and Emily just like picked it up and we were all alternating lines. And then Nat and Britt and Bree, well, Bree knew the song. I think she just wasn't present in the chat at the moment. But Nat and Britt were like,
what is happening?
What the fuck is this?
And then the song we have for Nat, Just Because We Want You to Feel Included. And I wasn't even there when this happened, but it's Teenage Dream.
Yeah. But yeah, if you and I had a song specifically for you and me, I would pick either the Godzilla theme.
Yeah.
Or, well, Godzilla / Mothra theme. Or, oh, fuck, what's it called? The one from Oliver and Company.
Yeah. Why should I worry? Yeah, definitely that.
Just because every time it's come on,
shoveling snow,
and we're just like every time because it's on like one of the first squad playlists,
Yeah.
and every time it came on, one of us would be listening to it like across the house, and just like the other one would bust through the house and just be like screaming it.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Which celebrity couple are you most like? I don't know anything about celebrity couples, so I don't know how to answer that question.
I don't know and or care.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just skip that one.
Can we just hope that we're like Jenna and Julian and move on with our lives? What is their silliest fear? That I would ever leave you.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I don't think that most fears are silly.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Like even if they're
your fear, I feel like they may not make entire.
They're not
sense.
rational, but they're not stupid.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, you're not silly for thinking that.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say any of your fears are silly. I don't think that they are.
I don't think you have any like silly fears, like goofy fears.
I feel like one that people laugh at when I say it is rabies.
Yeah, but no, I don't think that's very silly.
Yeah. Well, and I would always like, that's like one of my go-tos. I have two go-tos when somebody asks me what's your greatest fear, and it's rabies and pregnancy.
Yeah.
And both of those are things that people will laugh at.
Mm-hmm.
And like, especially just rabies being my greatest fear is because that's the whole thought of that. Like, and this was especially with Trout because I was her everything and she was mine.
Mm-hmm.
So like the idea of my dog losing herself and then turning on me was like the greatest, most horrible thing that I could imagine.
The scariest. Yeah. Legitimately, I don't think that's a silly fear at all.
Yeah, neither do I. But when I say that to people, they're like, why? I mean, like, I feel like people understand being like wary or afraid of rabies, but like having it be your greatest fear, they're like, that's stupid.
Like, no, that's legit. That's scary as fuck.
But yeah, I don't think that you really have any silly fears. Except for the fear that I would ever want to leave you.
I mean, same. Same.
But like we both have that because we're both fucked up.
Yeah, well, we're both like we go through those phases where we're like really insecure.
Everybody hates me and nobody, you're just lying to me. Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely lying to me.
That's a silly fear.
That's an irrational fear, but it's not silly because I can really relate to it on a human level. It's like, yeah, I understand, but I would never.
It's a stupid fear, but it's not silly.
Never.
Like I feel like silly
dreams that you had where I just like left the room after Lila died.
Like having emotional trauma, and you're like, all right,
okay,
I'm gonna
bye.
go now.
Like, no, I would never.
Yeah. I feel like saying like it's the word silly implies that it's like funny.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I feel like I can recognize that like that's a stupid fear that I have.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call it silly either.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it silly when I'm talking to you. Like I may like say, oh well, you're just being stupid, like in my own brain to myself.
Yeah.
But it's not like I don't find it stupid when you tell me things because I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
We're just too understanding. Stop understanding me and validating me.
No. Make me.
Oh God. My parking.
I'm just thinking of that comic where it's just like this dude walks up to a counter and he's like, hey, can you validate me? And the kid goes, I love you. And the guy's like, thanks. I meant my parking. Oh. I appreciate it though.
What is your favorite junk food?
Does popcorn count as a junk food?
I mean, probably. It's definitely a snack food.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right.
That's what I would say for you. If I had to pick like a food, like a meal food, or like a heartier food, like not a snack for you, it'd probably be like donuts.
Yeah, probably.
That's one that you like crave often.
Yeah, it is. For you, I would say like junk food wise, the one that you go for like the most often because it's here is like the kettle chips. Yeah. I think.
Just like just salty chips. I
Yeah.
feel like is my go-to. Like I'm sitting here doing nothing and I want a snack, so
Yeah.
I'm shoving chips in my mouth.
Yeah. As for like hearty foods, I think one that you would crave a lot is like the meat thing. I don't know what it's called. It's like in a yellow paper.
Oh,
And-
Braunschweiger.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it, but
Yeah.
that
For anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's mystery meat. You put on a cracker. It's like liverwurst and a bunch. It's just meat goop, and it's super gross, but also
tasty.
so delicious. What is their favorite ice cream flavor? Well, yours I feel like is mostly anything fruity and tart,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if I'd pick like a specific fruit because you kind of will go. If there was a good lemon ice cream that was like readily available, I feel like
Yeah.
that would be your favorite. But you kind of have
Yeah.
to get those from like, Cold Stone and shit.
Yeah.
But you really like that one, the raspberry one, the
I do.
gelato, sorbetto.
I do like that one. I would say you don't really have a specific favorite for ice creams. You just kind of go off what you're feeling for the day, but mostly anything like chocolatey
Yeah, I
and
was gonna say. I
like-
feel like if I had to pick a flavor, it's chocolate. Like
Yeah.
I'm always down for chocolate ice cream.
Yeah. It's just like
That's
there's
like my
so many
go-to.
varieties of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like chocolatey,
Yeah.
whatever.
What is their favorite candy bar? You're not really a big chocolate person, but I think your favorite is like Butterfinger.
I do really like Butterfinger, but it's not my favorite.
Mm.
Heath bar is my favorite. And for you, with the chocolate bar, is it a crunch bar?
Yeah.
It's a crunch bar.
Name the best gift they ever gave you. Like
The
I'm naming
friendship.
the best gift that you ever gave me, or you're naming the best gift that you ever gave me. I feel like I'm naming the best gift that you gave me because
Yeah.
seems weird the other way around.
A gift of friendship.
Yeah, I was like your friendship.
Honestly, like, it's kind of gimmicky, but I'm like, seriously?
Yeah,
though?
like that. Your presence is just the greatest. Like
Yeah.
if I have to pick like a physical thing, then I would choose the artwork that you made, the Christmas one that you did for the Squatch
Yeah.
a couple years ago. Ugh, I just like spit just happened
Yeah.
in my throat. You're welcome.
I can say, I think my favorite gift that you have given me is the Grookey blanket because I think it's very nice and warm and cute. And you made it, which makes it special. And I can't have it on my bed because I'm worried that my dog will destroy it. He's already like started to peel it up, but I want to just like hang it up as a tapestry.
If your spouse was a Disney character, who would they be? I gotta think about this one for a minute.
Yeah,
I've
that
never
one's
like
kind of a
thought
good
about this
one.
question before.
I'm gonna use the internet.
Yeah, that's
Because
valid.
I-
I need to like see a list
Right,
because
same. I need to
I'm like suddenly I don't know any Disney characters.
exactly.
Also, are we going like all of Disney or just Disney animation? I feel like I want to go with Disney animation.
Yeah, just to narrow it down a little bit.
Like I gotta pick like a movie with your aesthetic, and then I gotta break it down.
Right? I'm like, does the movie have to be part of it? Because characters can act differently in each movie.
It's true.
I'm like, those are two separate questions.
Yeah. This is a hard question.
This is really a hard question.
This is a good question.
It's a good question, though.
There's just like so many. I just like I can't think of one because
I can't
there's just like too
narrow
many.
them down.
Yeah.
I will say, like, the first one that came to mind, like, not in a gimmicky way, but like with your aesthetics and like just you as a person being like strong and independent and always like doing your own thing and not wanting anything to like stop you. I'm like thinking Merida from Brave.
That's valid, because if my parents were like, you have to get married, I would be like, no.
Fuck you.
How about I shoot him with my bow and arrow?
Exactly. Which it just feels like a very you thing to do.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time because I'm like mostly thinking of main characters, but main characters tend to be like
Not
fucking.
me.
They're either like outgoing in a way that doesn't suit you, or they're like really cocky,
Yeah.
which is not you at all.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to think of. I'm like scrolling through lists of movies and trying to think of. Oh, you know what?
I'm just sadness from inside.
Dude, that's a fucking mood. No, you are. Oh shit! Fuck. What's her name? Turk from Tarzan.
Turk from Tarzan.
Yeah,
Just the funny comedic.
because you're fucking funny and also like aggressively care about your friends.
Yeah, I could see that.
Also, you will wrestle me.
Yeah, that's true. Feral. Another one that kind of reminds me of you is the future mom from Meet the Robinsons. Just because like her family is absolutely chaos and she kind of joins in. She reminds me of your mom and your whole family and just like you as a person, just like training frogs to sing. Why the fuck not? Just that that aesthetic of a strange family is like, yeah,
Valid.
that's on brand.
What is their star sign? Yours is Aries, but also not Aries, and definitely Cancer.
Yeah. Yours is Aquarius, which is not a water sign.
Right? It sounds like it should be.
Confuses me.
It sounds because
so
it's a
much.
fucking water jar, but it's not a water sign. It's an air sign. Doesn't make any fucking
I'm a
sense.
crab or a ram.
Crab.
I wish I was a ram, but I'm just not. How do you like your steak cooked?
I feel like you like yours like a little pink.
Yeah. I usually go for rare. I think you like yours with less pink. Like,
Oh no.
no?
No, I want mine basically raw.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I really like raw, like pretty much raw. Like I want
just
it
want-
seared on the outside.
Yeah,
and that's
like the
about it.
outside looks cooked, and then I just want
Yeah.
like
Yeah, same.
literally every time I'm like cooking ground beef, I'm just eating raw meat out of the pan, and I have to stop myself before I
Same.
eat it all. And like now we don't have food.
Same.
How many cousins do they have? I don't even know
No
how many
one's-
cousins I have.
No one's going to get this because I don't even know how many cousins I have either because it's
I'm pretty sure I only have 4 cousins.
who the fuck, who knows?
There's just like so many people in my family that I'm estranged from because we don't like that side of the family. And
I mean,
so
valid.
I just don't know them. I think technically I have 5. No, I have 5 cousins. Technically.
Hmm.
But
I
then
can
there's
try
like a
and
bunch of
count the
other
ones-
like adjacent kids that I just
Yeah, I can try and
actually no. I'm only thinking of like I have no idea.
count.
I'm thinking of my mom's sister's kids and my
Yeah.
dad's sister's kids, but then there's like my dad's brother's kids. I
Exactly.
don't even know any of them.
I'm like I can count the ones on my side or on my dad's side of the family, but as soon as we get to my mom's side, I'm like, I don't know, y'all have too many fucking kids.
yeah, like I don't even know.
So yeah, no.
How
How
often do you go
often?
on dates together? I
Like
mean, I feel
anytime
like-
we can.
Yeah. We don't like go out for dates very often, but we have
Yeah.
like what you could call a date night
Yeah.
pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Like anytime it's like you want to watch cartoons in East Texas, I would consider
Yeah.
that a date night.
Yeah. Or just like going to the store and then we end up at like 5 different stores and we're like,
Yeah.
this is just nice. I have extra time. We're
Yeah.
just like constantly like, yes, I want to be around you.
Yeah. But like traditional, let's go out to dinner specifically as a date. We don't really do that very often. We don't go out.
We really don't. we don't
and
have
especially
money
because
and
pandemic. But like, if we're gonna
yeah.
go get food, we get food and bring it home,
Yeah.
or
Well,
we take it somewhere. I guess.
It's just been so volatile outside
Yeah.
lately, so we're not doing that. What was your spouse's first pet called? Now, which, like, I guess
I would say the
your
first pet that you had like in your household,
in your
like
household
versus like since you've been alive, I guess, versus like the first one that was specifically yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For you, it would be Lily.
Yeah.
Lily was just there for all of you guys.
Yeah. You guys, I don't know. It would either be Jake or the cat that your mom had,
You are correct. Both.
but I don't. Yeah, it's like I don't know which one came first.
Yeah.
And
They
I don't
were
know the
both
cat's
there at the same time. And we actually had two cats, Coco and Squeakers.
If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you'd buy together? A house.
A house. Yeah, literally, we would buy a house and then probably go get more dogs because
We would
Don't
just
need
start
that.
a dog sanctuary.
we should do that. Like, that's the next podcast we should do is what we would do if we won the lottery.
I'm gonna write it down because we will forget.
You are correct. Name your spouse's favorite restaurant. I don't know that you have a favorite restaurant, but you do like have certain restaurants that you want when you're craving specific things.
Yeah. Yeah, I could name a couple. It's one of those things where if you're going to ask me a favorite, you have to give me a genre.
Yeah, right.
Like, give me a type of food and I can tell you a favorite. But, like, in general, I don't know that I have, like,
Yeah.
an all-around favorite.
I'm like, if you're going for like Chinese food, your favorite restaurant here would be Golden House. Is it Golden House?
Like, it's kind of a tie. I'm indifferent between
Golden
Golden
House
House and
and-
Good Friends. Like, they
Yeah.
kind of taste the same to me, but, like, yeah.
So, like, it just depends on what we want at that time.
Yeah.
And I think same thing for me.
I was
Like,
gonna say,
really
I don't know
have-
if you have like a specific favorite. However, one that like anytime you say the name, you're like, oh yeah, it's Red Robin.
Yeah, that's true. Or Outback.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
If your spouse had a superpower, what would it be? Is this like a superpower? Like, what superpower would I want, or like what would?
It be based
Like-
on my personality.
Yeah. What superpower would I be fated to have?
Mm. I think it's what you want.
I don't even know. Well, I guess I do.
I know for you, it's shape-shifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's like every time I'm like, I don't know what superpower I want. And then I would be like, that's the one that always comes to mind because I'm like, shapeshifting gives me every superpower.
Yeah, there you go.
I could shapeshift into fucking whatever I want that has whatever power.
Exactly.
I feel like, I guess I don't really know what you would really want, but I feel like one that would suit you would either be like some kind of power over plants, like you could make plants grow,
Mm.
or the ability to communicate with animals.
That would be sick, because then I could talk to you. That sounded like such a fucking roast. I just meant when you're shape-shifting. Damn. Okay. I'm not going to give you that point because one that has just always been applied to me is static electricity.
Hmm.
Because
Is it one that you want though?
I don't know. I've just kind of accepted it. It's a character. It's a character quirk now. I think, like, if I was going to have any superpower, it would be like, cool, any,
Yeah,
you know.
same.
But I would enjoy electric powers. That'd be cool. I'd be a Pikachu.
Yeah. Would it come out of your cheeks?
That'd be really funny.
What would they say your best? Like, what would I have to say? What you think my best feature is? What would
I
they
think
say your
that
best
would
feature
be
is?
easier? Because I don't think I have any best features. I don't like any of them.
Yeah, I don't know what you think my best feature is. My only good feature is my hair.
I think you would say like my humor, probably.
I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what to like. All
That
of
one's
you.
kind of
You
like-
are my favorite.
Yeah, you are my favorite creature feature.
Like, okay. Well, and is it supposed to be like a physical feature or like any feature or
Oh,
like I don't
maybe.
know. I need more details to this question.
I kind of just. Would you want to skip that one?
Yeah. What's your spouse's dream job?
Okay.
Not having one.
Yeah, I think like getting anything close to a dream job would be like owning your own bookstore and like or slash like an animal rescue. Or maybe not a rescue. That would be kind of hard. That would be really stressful. Yeah, I would say a bookstore. Because then you could like disconnect. But mostly you would want no job.
Yeah, I don't think so. There was a time where I would have entertained that, but like I'd have to deal with the business end of that and I don't want that.
Yeah.
I feel like my dream job would be something creative.
Yeah.
Like putting out some kind of creative content. I just don't know
Don't know what.
what. That's valid. And I feel like that would pretty much be yours too. Like, because I don't know, maybe you would want to do an animal sanctuary, but I also think that could be really hard for you.
Yeah.
But like, if you could find a way to get paid for making art, I think that's something you would really enjoy. I don't know if that's just, it's hard to pick a dream job when like neither of us wants to have a job.
Yeah, that's valid.
Also, if I knew what my dream job was, I would be working towards it, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's valid. Who has the worst handwriting? You
Me.
do. You do. I love you.
My handwriting looks like the same as it did when I was in like first grade. It was okay at one point. It was legible at one point.
Yeah.
And then it just evolved.
Who would win? Which one of you would win a Trivial Pursuit? I'd say you.
I don't know. I'm shit at trivia games. Unless it's like specifically tailored toward a thing that I know. But like general trivia,
I'm like,
I don't know
you're-
any of that
You're like
shit.
full of facts, but I'm like for
None of it
specific
is
things.
like if we're going by like actual Trivial Pursuit, all of that shit is like history questions or like celebrity questions. I don't know any of that.
Oh yeah, fuck.
I can
I'm
tell you like random questions about dolphins
Yeah.
or like whatever, but
Do you want to just skip that one?
yeah, I don't know if either of us. It's a crapshoot, that one.
Gotta keep our scores in line.
How does your partner like their eggs in the morning? You usually like yours scrambled.
Yeah. I would say the same just because it's like easier for you. Scrambled.
I like mine over easy in a sandwich.
Oh.
Or microwaved and in a sandwich. I just like my eggs on a sandwich.
Who's more adventurous? You.
Me.
It's you.
Who is more honest? I don't know
feel
if either
like
one of
either
us is
are
more.
liars.
Yeah, we're both just. We both just are honest
Yeah.
with each other. There's no.
I feel like
Like-
we both make strides to be as honest as we can.
Yeah,
So it's like, which one of you finishes your meals first?
depends on who's hungrier.
Right? Yeah. It's just,
It just depends.
yeah.
There's not like a. There's no regular
Yeah.
end to that one. Who would win in an eating contest?
Probably me.
I don't know. Depends on what kind of like is.
I
If
feel
it's
like
eating
we would
fast,
both be like, no.
yeah. If it's eating fast, then
If it's eating a lot.
It's either or. If it's
Yeah.
eating a lot, then neither one of us would want to do it.
Yeah.
What color are your spouse's eyes? Yours are bluish gray.
Yes. Correct. Yours are brown hazel. Hazily greenish brown. Tan? It's like a light honey brown.
Mine are green.
They're
There's a
hazel.
brown rim around the outside, but if you look closely, most of my iris is green. It's
So they're
deceiving.
hazel.
No, because that would be the two colors mixed together. There's like two different colors in my eyes.
So what would it be called then?
I would accept hazel, I guess, but mostly green.
Well, that's what I said. I said greenish brown.
You said so many colors.
I said brown and green and tan. And that's what color your eyes are. I could also say that my eyes are also green, but it just depends on the clothes that I'm wearing. If I'm wearing green, they look green because it's just, there's no pigment. So
See,
they're
I think
just
they just
reflectory.
always look gray. Like, to me, gray has a bluish tint a lot of the time in general, so that's why I say bluish gray. But
I've been told that my eyes are green. I've been told that my eyes are blue. I've been told that my eyes are gray. So
I guess I just have never noticed them looking green. But
yeah. What was their first job? You were a lifeguard at the Y.
yeah, and you were a front desk at the Y. Who is the better listener? You.
I feel like we're both really good at listening. I think it takes us different levels of processing, but I think we're both really good listeners.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think I'm a bad listener.
No.
I think that you pick up on more. I feel like the reason I say you're a better listener is because you get more out of what you're hearing. I'm super oblivious to everything, so I hear your words and I get most of it, but you pick up on a lot of like other cues, if that makes sense.
I guess I don't really notice that.
Like you pick up on things and will point it out, and I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that at all. Or like you'll mention things and I'm like, oh, I guess, yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that or notice that at all.
I think we're both like, we're pretty even, but in different ways. Like, you listen to me. I think like that's what the question is asking is like, we listen to each other very well.
Yeah.
And like anything important, you're like, yes, I will absolutely pick up and understand anything that you're telling me. Who is more emotional?
You.
I would say me. Yeah, I'm very emotional.
You're more outwardly emotional. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I have a lot of feelings, just nobody sees it.
No one is allowed to see this. What's your spouse's favorite color?
Green. Yeah. What was the last date? What was the last date we went on?
If we're talking like just dinner dates, we were just chilling and watching Courage, and then we switched to watching. It was When You Got Home.
Yeah.
And then we switched to watching some Bailey Sarian, and
Yeah.
you fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if I had to pick like an activity.
Outing that we had.
What was the last outing that we had? We haven't gone out together for a while because
We've,
we
like,
keep
banned
spending
it.
too much money.
Yeah. So it was probably us going to a store.
Yeah. Because that's the only thing to do right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the other day, what did we go get the other day? We went to the grocery store and then we went to the car wash.
Oh.
And we got donuts.
Yeah. We went to get stuff for binge night.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got spaghetti stuff.
Also, we count those as dates because it's always one of us being like walking into the other room and being like, you want to go to the store with me?
Yeah.
If your spouse needed a lift at 3 a.m., who would they call?
You.
Yeah.
Or, you would call.
I would either call you or my mom.
Yeah, it was like you would call me or your mom.
Yeah.
Because I would be awake,
Yeah.
probably.
I guess you'd probably call like me or your dad or Nick.
Yeah. Accurate.
What high school did your spouse go to? The same
I
one
have
that
no
I
idea.
did.
Actually, I didn't go to high school.
Yeah, that's true. You went to high school for like a week.
Yeah.
Who would play your spouse? I don't know actors.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
can't.
skip that one.
We both just want to be Jack Black.
We're both just played by Jack Black.
It's like a Parent Trap situation, but we just don't acknowledge it. He's just wearing like different costumes.
Ah, shit.
What's your spouse's favorite book? You don't read.
And yours?
I don't have favorites.
Yeah, I'm like.
That's another one where it's like you have to give me a genre, and I can probably pick an author, but not.
I'm like. You have a favorite book for a month that I know of is like the November Wars.
Yeah,
November Wars.
No, well, it's a November book. It's called The Scorpio Races. But
Scorpio. Wait, damn it.
I think The November Wars is a book, but I don't know what it's about.
Sorry, I almost had it.
But yeah, I don't have a definitive favorite
for a month, and then if your spouse was an animal, which would they be? A dog. You'd be a dog.
Yeah. There's like that specific type of cat that you always talk about when we talk about what our persona would be.
Oh, yeah. I'd probably be a Maine Coon.
Yeah.
They're like fat and fluffy.
What's your spouse's best personality trait? That's another one. I'm just like, all of it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right? I'm like, yes.
That's a stupid question.
Yeah.
How many kids does your spouse want?
None. -1. Want to take one out.
I want to murder a child. What's your spouse's worst habit? Tell them to roast each other.
A little bit. I don't know about worst, but I know like some bad habits that you do, like picking at your nails
Yeah.
and your toes.
Yeah. I would say for you, like picking at your skin.
Yeah.
Or like one that annoys me a lot, even though I also do it, is leaving pans on the stove for like a week.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a bad habit.
Like we both do it.
Yeah.
But every time I do it, I'm like, but I just don't have time. I'm like so tired. And then every time you do it, I'm like, you're ruining my pans, and they're not even my pans. Is it fair? No. Does it make sense? No.
Leaving rocks on the counter that you find.
Yeah, I
Cool
do that
rocks.
too.
We need a cool rock shelf.
Dude, I was just thinking about this today on my way home, that we need to like go to Hobby Lobby and find a cool box and have just a rock box.
Okay.
I don't know where to put it, but that's a thing that we need to have.
I have a rock box. Have you ever seen my rock box?
No, I don't think so.
What's their hidden talent?
I don't know. I don't know if you have like a hidden talent necessarily.
I do have a hidden talent, and I will give you 2 points if you can guess it. It's not even a talent, it's just a stupid thing that I can do.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
A hidden talent for you.
I guess if I'm picking like an unusual thing that I can do, I have one. You've seen me do it. It's hard because it's like I don't want to give you hints, and I feel like it's probably the same for you. Like I don't
Yeah,
want to
it's
give
kinda
you a
like
hint, but it's like a
scare.
weird thing that it's like you don't think about it.
Yeah. I think you've seen me do this thing as well.
Mine is that I can open a doorknob with my feet.
See, I was like that. I guess that wouldn't be like a hidden talent. But that you can just crack your back by going like
Oh,
and stretching.
yeah.
My hidden talent is that I can touch my nose with my tongue.
Yeah, I haven't seen you do that. How does your partner take their tea or coffee? Both of those
Depends.
things is mostly, well, depends on what kind of thing you're having.
Yeah.
Like depending on what kind of tea you're having, you don't really put cream in your tea
Not unless I'm having like
unless
black
it's like
tea.
chai.
Yeah.
And even then it depends, like sometimes you'll put like a creamer in like the chai, the Oregon chai that you get. And that's usually all you put in that. If you have like a black tea or a fruity tea or an herbal. You put a lot of honey or sugar in it.
I do.
You don't usually put cream in those though.
No.
And then your coffee, you put a lot of sugar in it.
Yep.
And enough cream to make it look milky.
Yeah. For you, I'd say it depends on the tea. Like if it's a really sweet tea, like a fruity tea, you will pretty much just take it as it is or add like a little bit of honey. And for other teas, like more minty teas, you may or may not add a little bit of our leaves. Or if it's like sun tea, you'll add a little bit of sugar. You don't really add sugar to yours. You usually add honey if you want to sweeten it. It depends on what you're making because it's always different.
I usually put a buttload of sweetener in it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I never see it.
Yeah. It depends on what kind of tea I'm having. If I do honey or sugar. I've been doing honey more because we have so much of it.
Yeah.
But if I do like an iced tea, then it's almost always sugar.
See, I never see you make iced tea.
Yeah. Because I don't very often. Because most of the teas that I have are better hot.
Yeah.
But herbal teas, I usually put honey in. Black tea, I usually use sugar. Depending on what kind of black tea, I put creamer in it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's flavored, sometimes it's not. Like if I do an Irish breakfast or an English breakfast, I like to put cream in those. Other more like if I just have like a Lipton black tea, I usually just take it with sugar.
You're very specific about your teas.
And then coffee really varies. Like my basic bottom line with coffee is that it has to have a lot of cream and sugar in it.
Yeah. But
it just like, I don't usually make coffee or drink coffee at home. I buy coffee at a cafe and it's got a bunch of shit in it. Mm-hmm. So that one's kind of inconsistent. Yeah, I'm really specific about what I put in them, but I always put shit in them.
Yeah. The one that I'm thinking of is you'll get like a matcha and something is specific about the milk.
Yeah, when I order matcha, I get half and half. Right. They call it breve, so it sounds fancier, but and I always sweeten that too.
What is your spouse's ideal vacation? Fuck off into the woods and don't come back for a week.
Yeah, away.
Yeah. Literally just like fucking off and having her dogs. Pretty ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd pretty much say the same for you. I feel like neither of us really gets to do vacation. Like our families have never been like vacation families.
Yeah.
So kind of anything like I'm down for. But if I'm like...
But if you're going to choose something...
Specifically going after something, yeah.
Specifically, both of us would probably want to do something in nature and away from, like, people. Do you need something to, like, smoosh it with? No? Okay.
Sorry, Bella.
I was like, fuck you.
Sorry. I got a pistachio that was not open. Oh, fuck. What did I just click on? Oh, god damn it.
If money were no object, where would you live together?
In the woods somewhere.
See,
we've talked about this at length, and we don't really have a specific place, but we have like an idea.
Not the U.S. Somewhere, probably overseas. Like,
we've talked about like the Netherlands or...
Yeah, Netherlands or... What was the other one? Switzerland? No.
Like Denmark?
Denmark. That one.
I think that's the last one.
Yep. So our scores... Sasha is 2 ahead of me. I'm not going to count all those because fuck that. But Sasha won.
I win the marriage.
You win the marriage. I think it's because you actually have memories, and I don't. Because that's when you got ahead of me, and then it just like didn't stop.
So yeah, we're married.
We're kind of married, dude.
Dude,
I
we're a
know, I
little
love
married. Our kids? Turk, we're not married. Dude, we're a little married. I know, I love it. I still want to do this with like the squad.
I think it would be funny.
We got to find a different one to do with the whole squad.
I think that would be fun. We should make a drinking game out of it. I always like.
You know what?
I always want to drink, and then you don't enjoy it.
What?
So.
It just doesn't do anything for me.
Well, yeah.
I can enjoy the drink, I guess, if I like load it with shit, but it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it's not fun for you.
One that would be fun. I'm gonna write this down too. Actually, I'm not gonna say it on here. What?
It's a secret.
It's a secret. We'll talk about it later. I don't need nobody stealing our podcast ideas.
Nah.
Remember how when we sat down, I was like, we should make this one short because I have to edit it like immediately.
I'm really sorry. This is the only idea that I have.
It was a good idea though.
Well, results are in.
I win the marriage.